tell me when I'm live. Yeah, it should be live, right? I'm live, right? Am I sitting here like an idiot going, hello? I'm live, or am I not live? Sorry guys, we've been wrestling with the YouTube's new interface today, so give us a couple more minutes. Sorry about this. I think I'm live, but I'm not even sure at this stage. Am I live? Yeah? All right. Typical start to our live streams there. We'll get it right one day, right? Not. Well, what a week that was. Finally, April 27th came. We launched the Mainnet. Oh my God. We only launched a soft launch to 20 people, obviously, but, we launched it. It's out there. All those people that, said we'd never do it, that I'm a scammer, that we're just vaporware, all that. I'd just like to say a big fuck you to those people. Yes, thank you. And we just got to go onwards from here. Like I say, it was a soft launch. There was no way we were not going to hit April 27th. That would have been a disaster. But, coronavirus slowed us down a little bit. The whole team went remote. I've not been in Moscow. I was pretty much living in Moscow up until 2 months ago. So the final stages that were the critical part, the whole team was split apart. So we are a few weeks behind. SmartDeck are still putting the final touches onto it. We've not taken official delivery of the exchange yet. The operations team hasn't taken it yet, but there's no problems. They're working on it. We're going to try and get 50 more traders on next week and just start building it up from there. But SmartDeck's telling us there's no big problems. Everything's good. We had, Bitcoin price went a bit crazy while we've been open. We didn't have any problems with our insurance fund or, everything held together. So it's all looking good. I was shitting myself Sunday night, to be honest with you. But it's all actually worked out really well. So a huge thank you to SmartDeck. They really did deliver. I went to them, in a state, and they delivered. So very, very thankful to them. They've done a great job. Everyone knows what a great development team they are. So that side of it's looking good. The support side, I don't know if you've seen our new website. The support system that we've got is just world class now. Just really, really good. Fully trained, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 support staff. Full Zendesk system. You can go to our website or exchange 24/7. And click on that live chat button, and in 30 seconds, you'll be talking to someone. And not just some random person, someone that actually can answer your questions, that knows what you're talking about, that can help you with your account. Support is so important with exchanges, because you usually only contact support when there's a problem, right? And there's a problem with your money, and people get very upset. So support is as important as marketing, as far as I'm concerned. So we've really got that nailed down. Next thing we've really got is something that you guys don't know about yet. Is the operations team that we've built. Really, really good. They're out in Kiev. Obviously, we haven't needed them up until now because we haven't had anything to operate. But the two people that we've got leading that are, just couldn't have asked for better people, really. We've got a director of exchange operations, and we've also got like a lead. Like he's like the tech lead of the development of the operations team. He interfaces very closely with SmartDeck and can do a lot of technical stuff. He's a futures and derivatives expert. He actually in his previous work and work that he continues to do, he's actually worked with every single futures exchange in the world. He's actually physically connected to the API of every exchange in the world, every futures exchange in the world. He's very familiar with all those aggregate systems. He's done a lot of stuff working with a lot of different futures and derivatives platforms. Complete expert on the whole subject. He actually did, him and our director of operations together, they did a full study a couple of years ago on exactly what they would need to do to build their own futures exchange. They did that full research. They had a lot more sense than me. They did the full research and decided not to do it. Doofus over here did no such thing and just charged ahead. But the stars aligning the way they have done, I'd rather be lucky than good. We've met up, and now these two, just absolute futures and derivatives experts, just absolutely, you just couldn't wish for anyone better. They're the people running the Digitex Futures Exchange right now. So that's where the operations team is. We're currently hiring more risk managers and market maker guys in Kiev. We're filling up an office in Kiev with creatives, with operations, some developers. So that's going well. So that's development, good, supports good, operations good, marketing. Oh my God, marketing. Well, we've got that big wait list, so we're just waiting. We're chomping at the bit now for SmartDeck to let more people in. So we've got that big wait list to get through. Our traffic team is just on another level right now. We've got this hugely sophisticated, content marketing, advertising system out there that's just generating mad traffic for us. We can pretty much switch it on and off. We can switch on 1,000 signups a day, really. We can, once the Mainnet's cranking, we can flick the switch and we can get enough traffic where we're consistently getting 1,000 signups per day. We can just switch that on right now. On top of all the social media stuff we do, and the blog's always busy. Very, very happy with what we can do with marketing right now. That's on that side of it. Other aspects of marketing, I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to tell you about this plan yet. I'm just going to give you a little teaser of what's in store. But basically, I did realize that my job is not so much just building a futures exchange. That's part of it. Marketing a futures exchange, that's part of it. My job is creating demand for the Digitex token. The Digitex token is what it's all about. That's what we all care about. Let's be honest now. We want to create demand for the token, and I want to create more utilities for the token. So we're embarking now on a plan that is just, Digitex is just making some boss moves this year. Boss moves. Let me just tell you, the plan that we have got to build a linked system of related, and how can I say this? I'm trying to say it without giving too much away. A system of platforms, related platforms that all appeal to the same kind of audience, all linked to trading and gambling, all with the same theme around. They use the Digitex token, they charge no fees, there's no house edge working against you. That's pretty much the theme of this suite of products that we're going to start building that all take the Digitex token. It's a very ambitious plan. It's not just a plan, it's in motion. The best part about this plan is I have people lining up to give me millions of dollars to execute this plan. This is major stuff for Digitex. The Futures Exchange, I'm not taking my eye off the ball for the Futures Exchange. The Futures Exchange is where we're at right now, but big plans for the future with what we're going to do with Digitex itself. That's all I'm saying on the marketing there. I'm going to get back to the Futures Exchange because obviously the Futures Exchange is where we're focused at now. We launched the Futures Exchange right, everything's good, shit blows up. I think I'm going to get back to the questions now. Let me, because the thing is, let me just talk about that for a second. Let me just dwell on that because I know, a lot of people say, well, you did fuck up the development of the Futures Exchange, and I'm the first to admit that. I will admit that, and I will remind you, I didn't fuck it up once. I fucked it up twice. Now, why would anyone think that I'm capable of developing more shit in a faster time? Why would people back me to do that? It turns out I'm actually the guy that they want to back because yes, I went in there and I made the mistakes and, but I figured it out. I made the mistakes. I fixed it. I did fix it before going broke and I launched a product. And in the process, I built a good development team and a support team and operations and marketing. In that process, it's been a messy process. But the point that I'm at right now, I'm actually a pretty good developer. I've actually got everything I need to really run with something. I've got development, I've got support, I've got operations, I've got marketing. If we did the Digitex ICO right now, starting again right now, it would take me 6 months to deliver, and it would be easy, and it would be twice as good as it is right now. It's, you know, the ideas that I've got and the abilities that I've got and the team that I've got behind me right now, that's what the smart money wants to back. And that's what's going to happen this year. I'm going to stop going on about it now. Let's get to the questions about the futures exchange, and then we'll go from there. All right, first question. By when can we have other markets up on our exchange? We're working on other instruments right now. I'm not going to give you a date because I don't know, but the instruments are being worked on right now. Right now they're working on Ether and Ripple, but we're going to come to other ones after that. Approximate time frame for stop loss being live. Again, the coronavirus, you know, we were all split up. The team was split up. Certain things got, you know, reallocated. I don't actually know when that's being live. Just know that they're working on it, and, you know, it'll be as fast as possible, but I don't know an exact date. When higher leverage, same with that. We're going to let people in, just see how things are moving, and when we're a little less nervous, really when the operations team has really got a good grip of it, then we'll increase the leverage. Can we get an estimate on when the API will be made available to public users? I'm being told it's about a month, but that's not going to be, you know, the great version. We're going to be working on the really good version after that. But the first version with limited documentation will probably be available in a month. When can I get my hands on the Digitex API? Oh yeah, that's that one. In about a month. Is the market maker extra conservative at the moment to be safe? The market maker at the moment, yeah, he's losing at the moment. I've set him to lose. The guys that are trading right now do have, you know, not only are they not paying commissions, they've actually got an edge in their favor because the market maker's playing fast and loose. He's not losing too much, you know, it's under control, but I just wanted the price to be moving around because there's only 20 guys on there, right? I mean, 20 guys, if there might only be 2 or 3 of them trading at the same time. So market maker's doing well. It's not losing too much. But again, the operations team in Kiev, we're moving the market making operation over there. We just hired yesterday a new guy who's going to be focusing on that. When we'll start, just answer that. Which was the first thing you did when the DFA mainnet went live? I don't know what the first thing I did, because the day and the night sort of merged into one because I didn't really sleep much. And then I was up all day and night, you know, just praying that the price of Bitcoin didn't collapse or something. So yeah, it's all a bit confusing. I don't know, but I've gradually gotten less nervous as the week went on. Many exchanges have been hacked before and users losing funds. How will Digitex prevent this from happening? I mean, security is just an ongoing thing. You know, we've got Smart Debt, we've got this great operations team now. We've got, you know, 3 different audits being done of the software right now. And we've got our own internal auditing team that we're building again in Kiev. Kiev's the spot to be. We're going to have like 100 people in about 4 months time in a building in Kiev. Digitex has got everything in one place. We're just going big. Anyway, do we need to make 50 trades or 50,000 contracts for airdrop? Oh, that's the airdrop. The 1,000 Digitex for the waitlist thing. I believe you have to do 10,000 round turns. I believe that's what it is. So it is, right. So 10,000 round turns and then you can withdraw your money. And the reason with that is, you know, we're giving you that money, but we do want to get something for it. We want you to, you know, put some volume through there. Maybe you like it. You know, at least then we're getting something for that money. After the onboarding process, how long is it going to take to deliver spot market? The spot market. I want to get the spot market done by, you know, fall of this year, but I mean, I don't know. I can't say at the moment. I would say by the end of the year, it's certainly going to be done, but I can't say for certain when exactly that's going to be ready. I'm thinking it's going to be the end of the year. Why not increase the market maker fund to 200 million by printing more tokens? Since tokens are not in circulation, that won't affect the overall market cap. That is an idea I've been toying with. I've been talking about that with my operations team and things. Just what can we do with the token minting abilities we've got? You know, token minting is a sensitive subject because if people think you're just going to run the presses, the price is going to collapse because, you know, obviously we're not going to do that. There's got to be a balance. But, you know, our token, having control of our token, that's like, I see that as like our superpower. You know, that's what makes us different from other exchanges. It's what allows us to be zero fee, for instance. There's some disadvantages to having to use our tokens, so we should therefore press the advantages that are there. You know, you can trade zero fee, but if we could, you know, mint a couple of tokens to give away through market makers, for example, if we did this, you know, the effect of that would be, you know, a small inflation rate that's going to devalue the token, but by giving those tokens away and making the markets very liquid and actually have an edge in your favor, who's to say we're not going to attract 50,000 more traders because of that? So you've got the, you know, the devaluation of the token because you're minting some, but then you've got the increase in the demand from people attracted to getting those free tokens. So we got to play around with this a lot. Like I say, my new operations team is just all over this. We've got so many complex things that we're figuring out now regarding things like this, but we're really, really trying to make it an exchange that's just unique. You know, it's just different. You know, not only is it zero fee, but, you know, it's got market makers that are programmed to lose. I mean, who's ever, you know, what kind of an exchange is that? I think it's going to be very easy for us to put out a very strong message, a marketing message around that says, you know, there's a real reason, there's a solid reason why you should come to Digitex and trade, because it is better than the other exchanges and you do have a better chance of making money. So anyway, next question. Roadmap plan for the pending Q2, upcoming months, Q3 and 4. I can't tell you about it now because it's just a monster and it'll distract you. I'm supposed to be talking about the futures exchange on this AMA. The upcoming roadmap is very ambitious, very elaborate. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't know if you noticed that I can like do one thing at a time, only one thing at a time, right? Okay. Could we have a blog post explaining volume on that one thing at a time that I was talking about someone talking to me on the other, I completely lost my train of thought when they were talking to me. Sorry. Right. Could we have a blog post explaining volume on the DFE, how to compare USD volume to other exchanges like BitMEX? Is leverage accounted for? We'd really love a detailed blog post. Sure, you can have a detailed blog post. We can do a blog post about that, right? Okay. When will you start marketing Digitex to other traders that currently use BitMEX? There's been a lot of marketing going on. There's, you know, a lot of testing with what we're doing. We've been getting 100 to 150 signups a day just on the testnet from our testing. You know, the testing that we're doing with our internet marketing. We're trying different traffic sources, running different ads, running it to different content. Just small scale stuff, and that's just naturally resulting in about 100, 150 testnet signups a day, and that's how we know we can just crank it up to 1,000. So there's a lot of, you know, a lot of marketing has been going on, not too much. You know, you might have noticed in April we were a little quiet because we did know it was going to only be 20 people. We didn't want to build people up to, you know, we didn't just want to hype it up and then have it collapse when people realized it was only 20 people. We're trying to be sensible here. We're trying to do the right thing with the marketing. We haven't gone crazy with it because we're not fully ready yet. But, you know, over the coming weeks and, you know, month or two, when we are ready for a full-on, you know, open, we will be getting those people on and we will be cranking up the marketing. In the future, would it be possible to have a CPD and a liquidity pool for Digitex? For example, I want to have my stable position use DAI as collateral to borrow Digitex from the pool. Now I have exposure to Digitex and now I can trade on the exchange. CPD. Oh, you mean a CDP, a collateralized debt position? Maybe that's what that means. I don't know what a CPD is. But if you mean a collateralized debt position for creating a stable coin out of Digitex, I actually did write a little bit of a paper on that. I don't know if we're going to go with that, but I have written that out. I wrote out like a 10-page document describing how we could use the Digitex token to create some kind of stable coin that you trade with, but then, you know, you get your Digitex tokens back when you pay back the stable coin. Something like that. It does have its issues. It can be manipulated if it's not liquid, but again, that's something I'm going to give to my operations team, and we're going to take a proper look at that. Can you talk a bit about the trading arm of DFE? The trading arm is just really the bots that we're running right now. It's basically going to be, the operations team in Kiev, but very strict instructions not to make any money. We're not running this exchange, to take money off the traders, either in commissions or in trading profits. So all market making stuff that we are going to do is going to be all about just creating liquidity and just losing slowly over time. But can you explain to the users how and if the team vesting tokens can also be sold through the treasury? Well, I mean, anything can be sold in the treasury. Any tokens that get sent to the treasury get sold. So mechanically that is possible. Team vesting tokens, the team can do whatever they want with their tokens. They've earned them. When those tokens get released, they can do whatever the hell they want with them. They can send them to Mercatox. They can do what they want. You'll notice though, because you can track all these things through the beauty of Etherscan, you'll notice that none of the team ever does that. You can actually see that clearly. I sent a few tokens, I think, from the treasury from the vesting contract to the treasury. I think that caused a ruckus about a week ago, didn't it? Yeah, I had like 700,000 tokens left over, so I sent them into the treasury. You'll notice when I sell tokens from the treasury, I take the ether and send that ether straight back to Mercatox, and I buy more tokens and send them back to the treasury. I don't know if you've noticed me doing that, but again, look at the treasury on Etherscan, and you'll see that I've been buying millions of tokens from Mercatox. You can just see that it's just a fact. It's just plain as day. I'm a big buyer of Digitex because, I know what's coming. Where's this one? Can you talk about a bit about the funding situation of DFE? Is everything in for the time being? The funding situation, funding is a very fluid thing, right? We are on a mad hiring binge right now. I think we hired was it 14 new people this month? I'm losing track. Don't worry about funding. I got plans. I got big plans, I got balls, and I got money. That's all you need to know. So that's that one. Hi Adam, great job with the mainnet. Can we have Forex markets on the DFE? Yes, we can have Forex markets. I'm not sure exactly when those are coming, but that is a plan, yes. Can the developers remove the restriction on the mainnet when the P&L is minus 100,000 or more? It's not possible to open another trade till the next funding event. Oh, so somebody actually found that out for real, did they? Well, that sucks. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I'll have a word with them about that. How many hours a day will you be trading on the DFE? Well, if you count my market makers, then 24 hours a day. My computer's never off. I'm always watching them. We've got like I say, the operations team is kind of taking over that. So there's going to be a 24/7 team there that's running the market makers. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on it constantly, as you might expect. Time frame and intervals between onboarding is every 2 weeks max, or how long until? I don't know. I'm going to try and get some more people on there on Monday, because we let 20 people in. Everything was fine. Like I say, with 20 people, you might only get 3 or 4 trading at the same time. So I think we figured it's okay. I think we can let 50 more in next week, and we'll go from there. Then hopefully another 50, and then we just ramp it up from there. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm pressing for. Obviously, it's a smart dick decision, so it's not me that can decide that. But that's what I'm pressing for is more traders next week. What happens if insurance fund gets to zero? Well, again, like I touched on earlier, our superpower is the ability to mint tokens. It's something we don't want to do. It's obviously a last resort, but if the fund goes down to zero, we could mint another 10 million, another 50 million, whatever we needed through a community vote. If Digitex holders approved of that, then we could do that. So yes, it's not an ideal thing. I don't want to be talking about minting tokens, but you're talking about the kind of situation where shit's gone south badly. Like everything on any exchange, any futures exchange, it's all gone wrong. You've either been deleveraged or socialized losses or whatever. It's a situation where when that happens, wherever you would have been, it's a shit show. Our way of dealing with it, at least everyone comes out whole. Yeah, we might get a 5% drop in the value of the token, but at least everyone comes out whole, and we can start again. So it's a situation where wherever you are, it's bad. Something's going to be done to you, deleveraging, socialized losses, or maybe some tokens need to be minted. Obviously, we're going to try and avoid doing that, but we'll see. Again, that's our operations team that would handle that. Can we have a roadmap at least for the next 6 months? There is going to be one. There's going to be a roadmap coming out, and it's a doozy. So keep an eye out for that. Would there be an incentive for crypto YouTubers to promote DFE? I think that's how. Yeah, I mean we've got all kinds of marketing plans. There's going to be, user-generated content is really good. We've got all kinds of ways of encouraging, incentivizing people to put out user-generated content onto their social and stuff like that. Any updates on the exchange listing that was mentioned during previous? Exchange listing. Yeah, we got a few in the works. These things take so long. Incidentally, we've actually got a guy whose full-time job it is just doing exchange listings now. We've got all kinds of people now. But yeah, we've got, it's Probit. Probit, we're coming out with Probit in a few days. Digitex Ether. It's a Korean exchange, 95% Koreans. It's not a huge exchange, but we're doing a trading competition there, so should get a little bit of activity from those guys. Hopefully get the Asians discovering Digitex. We've got another couple more, small exchanges coming up, and we're still working on those big ones. We've got our way into some of the big ones. Now we're just arguing about the price. So stay tuned. Since all things in DFE are calculated in Digitex, will our exchange be tracked by CoinMarketCap? Well, we're gonna aggregate for the sake of the aggregators. We're gonna do some kind of USD recalculated figures, so the aggregators can just handle things normally without them having to figure it out. So we're going to get on all the places we can. We want to get on that contract market cap too. We want to be on like the derivatives focused ones too. What?
It's in the works.
Oh, that's in the works. We're actually going to get on contract market cap too. Are the funds sufficient for you to manage these many number of employees? Yes. We've got, I've said it a few times, yes. Does the market maker bots use leverage, or are they at 1x? We've got those running just at 1x at the moment. I think they are, 1x, because there's no point doing leverage with your own thing. How does Smart Deck fit in with Digitex once it's launched and everything is running smoothly? Are they still going to be involved in some way or another? Obviously, absolutely, they're going to be involved. Smart Deck is the development team. They've made it very clear to me on multiple occasions that I better have my shit together when we launch this, because they don't want to be stuck running this thing. They're very much a development team. They want to develop, they want to deliver. They want to then keep working on that product, but they don't want to be operating it. So we've got very clear roles defined for everyone in Digitex now. Smart Deck is very much our development team. I'm very happy with them. They're happy to be the Digitex development team, and they will, continue doing work for us. But they are, in the next few weeks, going to hand over the finished exchange to the operations team in Kiev, who's then going to take it from there. And then Smart Deck's just going to continue adding, features from there. What's the biggest thing or moment in the past 2 years of getting the DFE from a dream to reality that stands out for you? What's the biggest thing in the last 2 years? Well, I don't know. I'd have to say it's going to be April 27th, right? I mean, I've been saying this for so fucking long. So a lot of people stopped believing me. Can't really blame them. Messed it up not once but twice. So I would just say actually having a mainnet, launching was that's got to be the best point, right? Obviously, getting more people onto it is going to be good. Marketing it, the big plans that we've got for this year, it's all going to get crazy. But I would say that actually launching a mainnet was a defining moment. It kind of it vindicates me finally. Finally, I can say I did it. I did it a long-winded way, but I learned a lot along the way, and the things I'm going to do from this point onwards are going to be a lot better, a lot faster, etc. What's your next move with marketing? Well, I'm not going to go on about marketing more because there's just a lot of big things happening and I can't talk about it yet, but a bunch of stuff. One of the testers mentioned he has experienced some bugs, though not critical. Yeah, I mean, all the bugs are being reported. There's no like critical bugs on there. I've been using it. I haven't had any lags. I haven't had any slowdowns. I haven't had any problems in the last week. And I've been using it solid, like non-stop. It's just been up there non-stop on my screen. So I'm pretty happy with it. There's SmartDeck aren't reporting any major things wrong. There's always little things, but no big problems, no. Have you guys thought over listing rules for alts? I haven't, to be honest with you. We are putting together the specs, the proper like detailed specs for the spot market, because now that is actively being worked on. But we haven't really been, we just haven't had the time and the resources to really work on the spot market while we were trying to get the futures market done. We really had to prove ourselves with the futures market. That's why I never mentioned this grand plan I've got with these other products and things. I've never mentioned that before because I don't want to look like I'm getting distracted, because I'm not. I'm 100% focused, not 100%, 95% focused on Digitex Futures Exchange. I had to get that out, because if I don't get that out, how can I do other things? Now that I've got that out, I really want to run with the other things, because now I've got the ability to do those things. How is the market maker performance for the first 20 traders? Are they profitable, break even, losing? No, they're losing. I got the market makers losing, but I got them losing at a kind of steady pace, so it's all right. And I'm just going to keep that up for now. Those guys have supported us a long time. They deserve a few Digitex here and there. The reason they're losing is just because they're just fast and loose. They're just following the spot price blindly, using random number generators. They're just dumb robots, just following it. Hitting bids, lifting offers, just gradually, just slowly, just losing money like that. How does Digitex store the deposits made by users, cold or hot wallet, multi-sig or single? Yeah, we got a multi-sig, we've got a cold wallet and a hot wallet system, and it's multi-sig, so I can't move the funds around without other people getting involved. How exact? Just standard, proper security stuff, just all the standard stuff. Security is just an ongoing thing. We've got several people now that are, field experts in that, involved, in SmartDeck and in Digitex. So we got that covered. How exactly would? I remember the lead dev mentioning in an article that onboarding is expected to be completed by end of May. Is this still realistic? Hopefully, I don't know. Like I say, it's a development-led decision. I'm going to be pushing for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes into June. But there are going to be ongoing people. The way I want to do it is if we can just get 50 people a week in. At least then it's 50 more people that are really keen to get in. They're really excited to be in. They're going to be trading away. They're going to be making little videos and sharing their streams on YouTube and that kind of thing. And then, just as they get bored with it, the next week we get another 50 in and the whole thing starts again. So and then there's also this feeling, we can turn this around in a marketing sense. There's this feeling where people are really eager to get in and you can't get in. And it's great, and everyone that gets in says how great it is, and yet everyone's still trying to get in. It's not ideal. I would just like to open it up, but there are some advantages. From a marketing perspective, we can do something with that. So hopefully, as long as we can just let more people in on a weekly basis, we can stretch out the launch. SmartDeck will be happy. It'll be a little bit more saner, and from a marketing perspective, it's just going to look like this launch is just going on and on and on. Digitex is everywhere, so I think it's not actually that bad. We can do something with it. What's your thoughts on the Treasury buyback? The Treasury buyback is where I've just been keeping tokens in our Treasury system so that people can buy them easily without having to go to an exchange. Because to buy from the Treasury, all you got to do is just send in Ether, and it automatically sends back Digitex with no commission costs, no slippage. You don't have to go to an exchange. So it's just easy for the onboarding system, because the onboarding, we're having the system changed in the futures exchange now, where you can deposit, because you've got to use Digitex, and that could be a little bit of a friction point. So we're making it so that in your account, you can deposit Digitex, or you can just straight deposit Ether, and it will automatically convert it into Digitex. It'll just send that Ether to the Treasury, that Treasury sends the Digitex into your account. So a much less friction involved in the onboarding process for people to start trading, which is going to be great. So that's oh, you deleted that question. Okay, right. Next question. Would it? I forgot what I was talking about. You see, I lost my train of thought. Would it be possible to add a toggle to see profit or loss in either Digitex or USD? Yeah, that should be pretty easy. Whenever you've got any suggestions like that, just hit that like the support button and just send them in. You know, we've got systems for all this. Your suggestion will go in. It will get assessed. It will get put into the development queue, and it will get done if we like it. So please, just any suggestion you've got. Any little improvements, whatever you want, just send it in. Hey Adam, is Digitex stablecoin pair still a plausible solution for traders who are in profit to avoid the volatility of the Digitex price? It's something that we're aware of. We do have ideas. There's nothing concrete being worked on right now, but there are some smart people looking at that. Yes. What if some of the 10,000 token winners don't claim their 1,000 tokens within 4 to 8 weeks? I don't know, to be honest with you. Will there be P&L ladder column clickable, like some kind of hedge button, fast close of the trade in the ladder? Yeah, we could do that. Again, just send that in. Any suggestion that you have, because developers and people like that, they need specifics. If you have a suggestion, write it out in as much detail as you can and drop it into support there, and that will really help us out, because if it's a good idea, you'll find that it gets in there. Will you implement something to show how much fees have been saved? We could do that. That was a good idea. Yeah, could have that. And I just remembered what I was talking about before when I was talking about the deposit system. It was the treasury buyback. Yeah, I was talking about the treasury buyback. Has it been a success? I think it's been all right. I've been buying tokens from the treasury. Like I say, I've bought several, not from the treasury, from Mercatox, and putting them back into the treasury. So the treasury buyback is basically when the treasury empties, I want there to be Digitex tokens in there, because people can now deposit Ether directly into their Digitex trading account. So because of that, there always has to be tokens in the treasury. So when it goes empty, I go to Mercatox and buy 500,000 tokens or whatever million tokens and send them back into the treasury. So I'm just keeping the treasury topped up, basically. That's what the buyback is for. I think it has had a bit of a positive effect on the price. I'm not sure, because basically whatever demand comes into our treasury that wouldn't have reached the exchanges, I'm then sending it back to the exchanges. So I think it has had a bit of a positive effect on the price, but not too much, because as soon as people realize what you're doing, you get some people trying to game it. So it's not really had that much of an effect, but I think overall it's been a positive thing. Can you still skateboard handstand? Of course. You mean you can't? Will DFE be connected to TradingView once the API is released? I don't know exactly, but we're going to be hooking it up to wherever we can. Digitex is going to be everywhere. When social platform? Well, I can't say anything about that at the moment, but big things happening around that. Is there any lending feature in Digitex Exchange in the future? Absolutely. I mean, we've got no plans for that. Again, all good ideas are going to be seen and actually processed, and actually worked on. So maybe, yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, that's the end of the questions. Thanks, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. Really happy with the first week of how it's gone. Futures Exchange is still my, it's my baby. It's really, I'm so glad that it got out there. I'm going to continue to work on it, continue to improve on it. Right now we've got plans to improve on it. The new lead, the new tech guy that we've got in operations, the futures and derivatives expert, the guy who's worked with literally every futures exchange in the world. He's looking over it now, giving a detailed review of the state of the software, how it is, how it should be, the features that it should have, things that we should do to it. I've got the UI team working directly with him to integrate whatever features he says it needs into the UI. We're taking user feedback over the next 6 months And we're just built, already we're starting work on, just rebuilding version 2 and just coming out with just a solid futures exchange platform, probably by, the end of this year, early next year, along with the other suite of supporting products. It's just gonna blow up. This is really the birth of, at the end of the year when that happens, it's really going to be the birth of Digitex, the brand. It's like, it's not just the Digitex Futures Exchange. It's Digitex, the brand, a strong brand with a strong team behind it, a leader who messed up but learned his lessons and now wants to prove himself, and a ton of money to do whatever the fuck we want, marketing and development wise. So very strong position we're in right now. We've kind of proved ourselves to the right people, and big boss moves planned for this year. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.